The supply chain, often spanning thousands of suppliers, is now under pressure to become more transparent, efficient, and sustainable.
I think sustainability today is the key, and it is not that business and sustainability are two different directions.
When we say eliminating waste, the waste could be in multiple forms, be it the non-value added activities or material waste. It could be even the waste of money itself.
India's manufacturing sector contributes nearly 17% of GDP and employs over 27 million people. Yet it accounts for approximately 20% of industrial carbon emissions. The supply chain, often spanning thousands of suppliers, is now under pressure to become more transparent, efficient, and sustainable. In today's episode of India Leadership Talk, we are joined by Mr. Manoj Kumar, who's Chief Integrated Supply Chain Officer at Crompton Consumer, and Mr. Praveen Mysore, who is the Technical Director at Dassault Systèmes India, to talk to us about the digital transformation journey at Crompton and its suppliers and drive the digital transformation. Hello and welcome to another episode of India Leadership Talks. Today we are joined by Mr. Manoj Kumar, who is the Chief Integrated Supply Officer of Crompton Greaves, and Mr. Praveen Mysore, who is the Technical Director for Dassault Systèmes India. Mr. Kumar, welcome to the show. Mr. Praveen, welcome. Would like to understand from you, Mr. Kumar, about 78% of global manufacturers are now, integrating sustainability as a key part. How are things changing at Crompton from your perspective?
So first, thanks for having me here on this learning and connecting talk. I'm really delighted to be here. I think sustainability today is the key, and it is not that business and sustainability are two different directions. They are one, and they have to be integrated. We in Crompton are working on sustainability as the key pillar in overall supply chain in each vertical. And hence we are at the forefront. I hope you acknowledge that very recently we have been acknowledged as India in the housing durable market as number 1 in India, and globally number 3 by Dow Jones Sustainability Index. So that talks in itself what initiatives we have taken on sustainability. More deeper on that, we are working across the supply chain on sustainability, taking the consumer insight, building that in our product. Innovations are centered towards how do we optimize our product carbon footprint. Then we move into manufacturing and supply chain. Also the integrated part of our supply chain, which extend not only internally but with our business stakeholders. There we have sustainable practices with our business partners. So I think this is the way of working, and we are at the forefront of it.
That's nice. Mr. Mysore, will pick from what Mr. Kumar has said. How are things happening at the industry level? How do you see Indian manufacturers are integrating efficiency and sustainability into their operations?
Firstly, thanks for having me on this episode. Pleasure to be here. Coming to Indian context, we have seen in the last 4 to 5 years, post-COVID, there has been great traction in the industry focusing on improving the efficiency, and also improving the sustainability aspect. In this bid, the focus has by and large remained on eliminating waste, right? When we say eliminating waste, the waste could be in multiple forms, be it the non-value added activities or material waste. It could be even the waste of money itself, waste of time, etc. Right? So the companies are looking at how to eliminate or reduce this waste, thereby improving the efficiency, thereby bringing in the sustainability. Right? So multiple measures are being taken over the last few years, especially adopting the digital technology across the value chain, be it the design and engineering space manufacturing space, supply chain planning, as well after sales, right? The value stream spans across the concept to after sales, and across the entire value chain, the industry is looking at adopting the digital technologies, reducing the waste, okay, so thereby improving the efficiency and sustainability aspect.
So now we've discussed about the integration of efficiency and supply chain. How about managing complexities into the manufacturing process, because manufacturing and supply chain goes hand in hand. You know, ever since the COVID disruption happened and this supply chain disruption happened, about $4 trillion revenue loss happened across various industries globally in last 3 years approximately. How are you orchestrating at Crompton and Greaves about managing the complex nature of supply chain, people, process, and partners?
Interesting question. And when you say manufacturing and supply chain, to me, it is an integrated part, because in Crompton we have all these functions are together. I'm not saying they are together, so that's why they are integrated. They have to be integrated in letter and spirit. What we have done is that there is a lot of disruption, and today disruption is the only constant, right? Wherein whether it is geopolitical or whether it is the natural disasters which are happening, what we are doing is we are working and bringing resiliency at each stage of our supply chain. In our Crompton 2.0 journey, right, we said it is important that you have a risk mitigation mechanism for each aspect. So take an example. We have today a very strong in-house manufacturing setup, and we also have our business partners who do co-manufacturing for us. What we do is building one product at multiple locations. That helps that if there is any disruption, we are able to manage it, our deliverables to our internal customers at the right time. Second, if we have to find an alternate option, not only in the local but global, as we are using a lot of electronics in our product, connected product, we also build 1+1 strategy, not only locally and also internationally. That is one part of that, bringing this complexity. Another important initiative, we are saying that while before COVID, there was a lot of focus on globalization, right? COVID disrupted that, because long supply chains were the most impacted areas. And that's where a global world started emerging in the supply chain. And we said it's important in your new supply chain footprint, how do you optimize the surface area of your supply chain? And how do I define the surface area of the supply chain? When your customer and your tier 3, tier 4 suppliers are in close vicinity. So we worked on that, although we have almost more than 90% local content, but with the variety of product which we have, and we cater each and every pin code of the country, because with 87 years of trust, 87 years of customer loyalty, we serve each one of them. And what we are doing, we are building those center of excellence in manufacturing, not only for Crompton manufacturing setup, but our business partner setup at different locations, and then reducing the complexity of distance. So we are optimizing our supply chain surface area.
So while we have understand about the process, what Mr. Kumar has just mentioned about how the both manufacturing and supply chain are integrated together, Praveen would like to understand from you, because you come from a technology company, and technologies like digital twins, real-time visibility platforms, how are you helping companies like Crompton to give the visibility for such complexities?
So I think interesting conversation, especially on integrated supply chain, right? And Manoj also spoke about the surface area and also how to localize and globalize, okay, take advantage from both. Coming to the technology aspect of it, the virtual twin, okay, is something which is a twin of a product, process or operation, okay, that exist in real world, right? Which you are actually doing it in the virtual world, and where you can play around, iterate, simulate multiple scenarios, okay, that you can imagine, that you may want to go and then deploy in real world, okay, because doing all those things in real world may be very expensive, okay, and then you won't get the option to undo in real world, right? Once you're committed in real world. But before doing that, okay, leveraging this virtual twin and then iterating there, okay, carrying out what if scenarios, because Manoj spoke of various I would say measures that they have taken, okay, to improve the supply chain, especially when there is a disruption, to also localize the supply chain, as well as have one-to-one, okay, one in local area as well as another somewhere outside India as well, right? So various measures, right? These are all various simulation points that one may want to undertake in virtual environment, convince that okay, this model is going to work, and then go and then commit it in real world actually, right? So that is where the virtual twin helps a lot, because it is mimicking what exactly is going to happen in real world actually, right? And that also gives a lot of scope for you to keep improving, okay, keep enhancing the product, operations, manufacturing aspect, all of them actually.
Yes, I think you throw a very interesting point, Praveen, and I'm delighted you have brought that on the table. I go back to my supply chain experience when I said that Crompton is more local supply chain and it has complexities which we are managing. It's important to preempt the complexity. And in my earlier experience, what we did, we had a global supply chain, and what we did, we mapped the PIN code of those suppliers at different locations which were globally, and created a virtual platform wherein we integrated these PIN codes with open data systems and said, if there is any disruption in any part of the world, it comes up, you have a red hot area, and you understand, because these supply chains start impacting you not immediately, right? Many times those events happen, when those events happen globally, you don't come to know immediately, right? And when you linked it with this open platform, along with your supplier networks, you know that this is going to impact you in, let us say, 1.5 months of time, and you act proactively. So very interesting. I think a digital twin, whether it is in manufacturing or supply chain, we need, while it is good to fail, right? But often failing is not good. So it's important that we preempt the scenario and take proactive action. Thanks for that.
So wanted to ask on that only, as per the Deloitte report, that about 81% people are now using these technologies, and they have seen an improvement about 15 to 20%. But how, can you give some real life examples from Crompton where you have implemented this technology and you have got a decent result?
Again, a very interesting question. You know our product range. We are leader in fan, we are leader in pump, and we have very strong position in all the product which we do. And some of them are pretty seasonal product. So take a air cooler, take a water heater, which are very seasonal product. Now what we have done is that we created a smart in-house solution where we map the weather scenario in different part of the country. And connecting this with the meteorological forecast, we try to understand how the different scenarios or different weather conditions will roll out. God is there, it can change, but at the same time you prepare, right? And what we do on the basis of that, we take initiatives to build which all product which have high seasonality, how we can build the advanced inventories for that. At the same time, sometimes when the weather is not playing this, we try to minimize the inventory. So now this has helped. Our forecast accuracy have improved in double digit. resulting there is a very high optimization happen on our supply chain, both internally and externally. So again, a very good example how we can use these technologies, deploy them, make sure that the impact of that is spread throughout the supply chain and get the advantage of that.
Right. Praveen, could you elaborate on how technology can help to, measure at least the emissions, what's happening in a large corporation like Crompton and among their suppliers?
Today, sustainability has definitely become a very important topic for industry as well as common man, right? And we are seeing the effect of global warming, and then everybody is pretty much serious about this topic. At Dassault Systems, we have this 3D experience platform which supports the sustainability evaluation. We have the EcoInvent database, okay, which captures various processes because of which the carbon footprint may come out. Okay. So that way, the EcoInvent database is supporting, okay, whatever processes that you may go and declare, okay, be it at the OEM end or at the supply chain end actually, so that the roll-up happens, okay, on the entire carbon contribution as well as even the consumption of the water, okay, that's happening, okay, so that you have a clear view of how sustainable is the given product as well as the given operation is actually, right? So this is something has become vital for companies because these are all today pretty much governed by even certain regulations imposed by governments, okay, in the given country. Especially in Europe and Americas, we are seeing that, okay, there's a large emphasis on sustainability regulations. And I think India also is gearing up for the same, and soon we'll have a lot of regulations getting imposed, okay, on industry to ensure that the products are sustainable, right? And to enable that, the platforms such as 3D Experience from Dassault is definitely helping the organization to capture, okay, the carbon footprint across the entire value chain for a given product line or the process.
Mr. Kumar, how about the adoption challenges of digital twins? Because this is now your area of work where, the supply chain, managing supply chain, sustainability, and then ensuring that manufacturing process is not disrupted. But all this is happening on whether the tech layer is there and you can manage better. How about the adoption at the company level is there?
I think we are progressing very well on that, right? And as a management philosophy in Crompton, we say it's important that you have a strong building block, right? I've seen in my previous experience where you invest in a beautiful tool, right? A lot of money on the table, and then you find the fundamentals are not supporting that, and hence it remains on the paper. Now what we are doing is we are taking initiatives block by block, understand where it creates value. I always put it into two buckets. One is for any change, because digital twin help you in anticipating problem. But one of the key factor is the adoption at the team, at the people, at the organization level. So what we do, we make different POCs, proof of concept, to first prepare our team to start adopting those technologies, seeing them as partner to them instead of something which may impact adversely, right? And these negative thought process, if happen, it is not conducive to the environment. So we make sure that we enter with a lot of positivity on this, on our shop floor, make people ready for these changes. We have taken few steps in when we talk about safety at the shop floor, right? There are certain operations wherein the chances of accident are high. So what we do, we are deploying certain AI-driven practices where they capture the right movement and the wrong movement. With this capturing continuously, which get trained, we help first with this when new employee come in, training them in terms of the right and wrong movement. And then when we deploy, we are better sure. And with this, as it continuously learn, the system is more robust. So it helps. So when we do that, we are preparing that these tools are to help you. And now we will take it at a scale. Another one in manufacturing, we have done certain investment in terms of robotic automations, right? Wherein we are capturing the data of manufacturing quality parameters which are important for the product performance throughout its life, and improving first our manufacturing consistency, as well as if there is anything has to be designed on the component specification and improvement, we do that. We are doing this so that we can put it at scale later on. So I hope I am able to address what you are asking, that we are taking steps, calculated steps, as money is important, right? And money cannot be wasted. Each penny saved is penny invested. So we are taking very calculative thoughts on that. It does not mean we are slow. That means we are taking it across different verticals, not only in isolation, but how one vertical initiatives help the overall supply chain.
Right.
Thank you.
Praveen, what is your view on this? How, because you have been dealing with multiple companies, industries, could you tell us about how the digital adoption of these technologies is happening across India, since we are also tracing the fabric of what's India Leadership Talk series?
Absolutely. I think I must admit that what Manoj gave that insight about on the change management is the true reflection of how industry is walking through this change management process, adopting the technology, making it useful, how it's starting small with a POC and then scaling up over time is essential. Of course, when any digital technology is introduced, it's important that there's a lot of communication that goes along with that actually, because the users who are going to adopt that, who are going to live with it actually, they need to be aware about what are the changes that are going to be made in their daily lives, and what is the business impact, as well as what is the advantage or benefit for each individual from that. So when such communication goes in clearly, right, everybody is clearly aligned for the changes. They look forward for such change. One is at the organization level, whatever the impact the technology would have, obviously organization would look for the top line, bottom line, efficiency and all of these things. But at the same time, you also have to zoom into individual actually. What is it that he would get to gain from that actually, right? So it should be looked at it holistically, and such communication should be kept on, all through the process as you're deploying the digital technology. Then comes the adoption success actually. Otherwise, it will be a siloed adoption. Few people will start adopting it, whereas few are, I would say, lethargic in adopting the same. Then that will create imbalance, right? For en masse success, this communication is very vital.
Just to complement you, I think what we are also doing is that we are creating those champions, right? Because it is very difficult to excite everyone in the organization at the same time. So what we do, we have identified talents who are tech savvy, who look forward to experiment, who are not afraid of failing, and they understand that if I fail, I will be doing a better job next time, and that's what we encourage. Now we make them as a role model. These role models are at different functions, take these initiatives and excite everyone. Because end of the day, you need to have a critical mass when you need to change something. If you have 5 to 7% in a study shows that the change will die down. You need to have a critical mass close to 25 to 30% who believe that this is going to create value. And that's what these champions in each segment do inside Crompton to create that mass. And we are happy to share it has been a successful journey so far.
So, and it has to happen because with evident of AI and machine learning, things are moving really fast on the other ends of the business. Further, would like to understand about the supply chain part of it, how AI machine learning will help to develop an autonomous supply chain for you. Mr. Manoj, what is your view on that? How do you see the future with these new technologies coming in?
I think they are must, and if somebody don't see it, it would be a lot of trouble for those supply chain, and we are pretty ready for these changes to happen. As I said, we have started doing those things. We have created center of excellence in each part of our supply chain, right? Now, what do they do is that we have created, and along with our IT, supply chain and IT have created a common roadmap, right? Where we saying how do we bring intelligence, how do we bring advanced technologies, digitized solution to deliver the overall deliverables from the supply chain. Now, this center of excellence are co-working with the IT team. The center of excellence bring the technical knowledge on that. IT bring digital knowledge, and then we have also built a sphere of developer with us. It's not that everything we are customizing. There are solutions which are available in the market. We are exploring those solutions, adapting them. But when we feel that we need to create a differentiation, we are also working on the customized solution. So we have now a 3-year roadmap on having what are the areas which we need to focus on, which solution will help us to build those blocks and take us to the next level, and we have started progressing on that. One quick example I will give you, before Crompton 2.0 we had a product specific or business specific approach. The data were in a bit of a silo, right? And it's not that was bad, because when you start a product, you have to be agile. You have to an approach which helps you taking faster decision. But when it grows after a certain level and reach to a scale, at that time, if you are not doing the horizontal deployment across the organization, there would be challenge. So what we have done in the last 2 years, we have worked extensively on our data lake, because AI without a right data lake is like you are feeding garbage to the system, and what will come? Only garbage. So we have cleaned our data lakes. With that, the first step which we have done is we have started creating interactive dashboards, right? Dashboard in terms of your spend, dashboard in terms of your supplier base, dashboard in terms of your network, and created a visibility, right? Now with this, the first success which team got, we had a huge supplier base, and we said you can't drive transformation with so many business partners. You need to have handful of business partners. We identify those business partners, and then we worked with them to deploy all the initiatives. So we consolidated, we optimized our supplier base. Second, as I said, we are working kind of a product range which is red ocean, right, where competition is very, very high, and entry barriers are very, very low. I got amazed, right? We are putting automatic line and everything. I went to a business partner, right? Very small room, very small table, 15 people assembling fan. That means anybody can do that. But what differentiate Crompton with this setup is the kind of reliability you build to the product. Why I am emphasizing this is that having a supplier base which is small, concentrated, will help. And second, then you can do lot of activities with them, right? So what we have done in order to prepare, we worked with these focused group and build a productivity engine, eliminating their inefficiencies with the help of deploying our resources, optimizing their performance, which give in turn back result to Crompton. So this is what we have done to prepare and deploy this.
Mr. Praveen would like to understand you about the emerging shifts happening in the Indian business manufacturing and supply chain, how do they remain competitive and sustainable?
Yeah. In the technology world, as we've all seen over last couple of years, there's a lot of dynamism. Okay, new age technologies such as generative AI, all of these things are being thought of now. Okay, and each one is thinking of the application area where to apply these AI tools. Okay, and derive the benefits out of it actually. And so is Dassault Systems today with the platform that we have, the 3D experience platform. Today, where we are offering the virtual twin, we are also powering it with the generative AI, right? This is across the value stream, right from design and engineering space, okay, then to process engineering, manufacturing, after sales, okay, the entire value chain today. Just to give a couple of examples, today, okay, simplest of the simplest, I would say, aspects such as part standardization, right? Because for any organization, there will be a lot of reuse of parts from one project to the other project actually. And there also comes the emphasis on part standardization. So the platform, the 3D experience platform today offers an insight to the organization where they can quickly understand, okay, the parts that can be reused from one project to the other project, and also see for similar parts, okay, in the past, from where they have sourced it, okay, they could have different sourcing, different sources, okay, from where they would have sourced it, and at what prices that they have sourced it, and what was the quality deliverables, okay, from each of these suppliers. So they have this kind of visibility, okay, to quickly make a decision where to go and then buy it out actually, where to go and then reuse that actually, right? This way they can optimize the cost of the new product that they are going to launch or they are going to develop. So this kind of insight is something the platform is able to give, and which is actually powered by artificial intelligence actually. So like that, there are multiple examples, okay, across the value chain that we are trying to introduce to the market that the customers or the clients can take benefit from actually.
Right. Mr. Kumar, you have given a lot of examples about the implementation of digital technologies and their outcomes in your digital transformation journey. But would like to understand, was there any first of its kind initiative that you have taken at Crompton and which have delivered a good result and milestone to it?
Very interesting question. I think there are many examples. And when you say first of its kind, it can happen in a smaller sphere or a global sphere. I think I shared with you in terms of how we are mapping the PIN codes of our suppliers and seeing it proactively. I think that is one part of the example. Second, what we are doing, and as my colleague has mentioned, it's important to build the sustainability and efficiency at the design stage, right? We have been working on a couple of ideas where we understand in the product life cycle which component remain highly functional and which are non-functional, which are the supporting one. How do you create value in the non-functional part? I'm not saying we don't touch the functional part. And can we have a recycled economy helping us in using those materials? Because as we know that the carbon footprint of a virgin material is far lower than the recycled material. This is on this side. I think I did mention in terms of integrating the meteorological data and temperature with this, which has given significant improvement to us. I think it is a long story. I hope these couple of things helps us understanding that we are in the forefront of using these technologies and delivering the result.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and it was lovely interacting you and a very insightful discussion.
Thank you very much, and again appreciated. I think you ask quite a lot of thought-provoking questions, and it was indeed a pleasure. And thanks a lot, Praveen, for being here and putting a lot of light on the technology side.
Thank you very much, Deepanshu. Thank you, Manoj.